Well, thank you all for coming, and welcome to Springfield's newest historic district. I didn't know whether you knew, but we were declared a historic, single-building historic site about a year ago. So this is all coming together very nicely. We're here to, first of all, to thank Eric Lesser, Senator Lesser, for making this announcement. But before we do, I just wanted to have say a few things that will help you orient here. As you can see, we're doing a lot of the exterior work, and our architect, Bob Havelson, is here. Where are you, Bob? Yep. Yeah. And our builder, Tom Wilson. So that's coming along fine. And we have board members here, former board members, many supporters, and Steve Carey from the Focus Springfield is here taking films, and we have somebody from the Republican. So, wonderful to have you all here. Before we make our presentation, why don't you have a seat, sir?
Oh, okay.
Because we got one more thing before you do. I wanted to have Amelia come and speak. She is the director of the conservatory, and as I have said before, I've really retired.
We are all enjoying you emceeing the event, though. Thank you all so much for coming. This support, presence, but also the grant is a phenomenal statement of what Drama Studio has to offer for this community. When we had the audacity to purchase the building and commit to getting it up to code and better to serve our community, it's really for the bigger vision of how much Drama Studio is a home and how it has the responsibility and the potential to be a home for so many more of our community's children. I want to introduce Stephanie, who's our program manager, to also give a word of welcome to you as well.
Hola, hi everyone. My name is Stephanie. I'm the program manager and teaching artist here. I'm very glad to be here. I recently moved to the area. I don't know how many people speak Spanish, but I also want to talk to the Hispanic community in the area. We have this amazing building, and we really want to impact our community. So we're looking for partnership and alliances that really could build a great community with this building. So thank you so much. I wanted to say gracias y espero que vengan y tengan el support en esta área de Springfield.
Thank you very much for speaking. I'd like now to introduce our Senator Lesser. He's been a great friend of the studio, has spoken at our annual meetings, and he knows this place quite well because he used to wait out on the driveway for his sister who went to the drama studio. So, Senator, you're on.
Hey, yeah. Oh, everyone. Oh, this is louder than I thought. Okay. Everybody can hear me okay? So first, I just want to introduce myself. I'm Eric Lesser. I wear a few hats with the Drama Studio. I chair our Committee on Economic Development and Emerging Technologies in the State Senate, which is a little bit of a mouthful, but that's a long way of saying that we oversee a lot of the economic development and bonding projects that happen for the state. And also, before I chaired the Committee on Economic Development, I chaired our Committee on Tourism, Arts, and Cultural Development. And a small item, a piece of trivia about Massachusetts that I think often goes underappreciated, which is that when people talk about our state, people talk about the attributes of our state, you hear a lot about our higher education institutions, you hear a lot about our hospitals, our innovative companies, but the third largest sector in Massachusetts is tourism, arts, and culture. And actually here in the Pioneer Valley, and specifically in Springfield, it's one of the largest employers and one of the largest sources both of tax revenue and visitor traffic. We've got the Dr. Seuss Museum, we've got the Springfield Museums, and of course we have the Drama Studio. And I have personal history here because I did spend a lot of time waiting in the driveway for my sister to finish her practices, and both sisters actually. And I hope to have my 3 young kids enroll in the programs here too. This has been an essential and very, very important community institution for us for a very long time. And this project, I just want to thank the team for working on this project because this was a complicated and still is a complicated set of funding streams. It's Community Preservation Act funds. It's now state funds from the Cultural Facilities Program. Significant private fundraising was done by the board and the broader community that supports the drama club. And all of that had to get put together and packaged together in a new historic district, which is also very novel and kind of cool. It's a historic district that's one building, right? In order to preserve the church that is meant to replicate William Pynchon's home church in England, which is also its own piece of a kind of cultural artifact and preservation. And so I just really want to thank the drama studio. I want to thank the leadership. I want to welcome Stephanie. Thank you also for your commitment to including the Latino community and to and including more diverse voices into the work happening at the drama studio. It's essential. Amelia, I want to thank you for your support, your encouragement. Stephen, thank you for everything you've done for so long to support both the drama studio and in particular to get this project moving and off the ground. And just a quick note and a plug for the Cultural Facilities Fund for people that might not be familiar with where this money is coming from. Every year or so, every 2 years, give or take, the legislature provides a set of authorizations for a program known as the Cultural Facilities Fund, which is unique to Massachusetts. Not every state has this program. And as the name implies, it provides capital support to institutions to do infrastructure work, renovations, buildings, heating systems, studio spaces, the buildings, the timber, the actual kind of capital investment that makes our cultural institutions work. One of the reasons this program was set up is that there's an acknowledgement that it's often hard to fundraise for projects like this. Donors want to support scholarships, they want to support programming and teachers. It's often hard to get the donor support to fix a boiler or replace a roof or to do heating and insulation, which we know is obviously also very important to a functioning organization. And so the Cultural Facilities Fund is there to provide grants to organizations to do those capital improvements. And I've worked with the program for a number of years, and I do need to tell you it's very competitive. It's run through the Mass Cultural Council and through the executive branch. We authorize the funds, but it's up to them to determine through a competitive grant process how the money is awarded. We sent a letter. We did a lot of phone calls over actually a few years to get this money through. And I think it's a testament to the Drama Club that in a statewide pool of literally hundreds and hundreds of applications, the Drama Club was able to get an allotment of this size. It's really very significant. It's going to get you a very long way to getting the full amount funded and to getting this project finished. And most importantly, it's going to give generations of young people and the broader community here in Springfield and in the greater Springfield area access to arts and cultural education. And I know how hard that sector and this sector was hit over the last 2 years, really almost 3 years now from COVID. And we also know that it's in times of stress and in times of pain when we need to turn to the arts and we need to turn to the cultural sector to give us that uplift, to give us that sense of humanity back, and to give us that inspiration for the fights and the paths that are in front of us. And I know Drama Studio has been doing that for a long time, and this era is no different. So I just want to thank everyone here. I want to thank the community. I want to thank the board. I want to thank you for your partnership and your tenacity in getting this grant done and getting this money out the door. And I'm very excited to come back when it's all done. And we can tour the completely finished, completely renovated space, and we can enjoy it for a long time to come. So thank you so much, and congratulations. So it's now my honor, on behalf of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, to present a check for $200,000 from from the Cultural Facilities Fund to the Drama Studio. Congratulations.
Just a few final comments before we break up and to go on tours if you'd like. Just the timetable of it. As the senator said, it's been a long process, and COVID hasn't helped the speed with which this took place. Getting materials on time has been difficult, and so we're focusing in the summer months on the exterior work and things that will be happening very shortly. In addition to the pouring of these two steps, the ramp, the handicap accessible ramp that you normally come into to the studio will be addressed at this time. That has to be repoured because it doesn't meet code. Another major item that we got to do once school is out is to dig a pipe from the city's water supply and feed it into the building so that we have adequate pressure to make the sprinkling system work. Let's see. So that's going to be the installation of the sprinkler system will be taking place in the fall and the winter probably. The last part of the project will be an elevator to service all 3 floors of our space, and it's going right between the two buildings, the main building, this one, and there's a little alley there, and it's just going to fit in very nicely, and it will begin to escort people. Older people like myself can take the elevator up to the performance space or down to the dungeon, which is the one of the classrooms. So that's roughly the timetable, and then we have to deal with this building, and we don't know quite what we're going to do with it. Right now, it's terrific for storage, but we don't have plans for that at the moment. As we develop educational programs, and we may find that would be useful, but that's not on the drawing board at the present time.